Hello and welcome to the Sacred Gates Ascension podcast. My name is Illura. When we are practitioners practicing whatever it is, whether it's Teishara, Negung, Qigong, Reiki, pranic healing, sound healing, theta healing, there's so many different streams. One thing that as practitioners we need to be careful of is that when we experience something of significance in our practice, and we know from that feeling of that experience that we've discovered, we've actualized, we've come to know a little bit better a part of our journey. So it's like you've just been given another little puzzle piece, another piece of the puzzle, or a special treasure from your path. There can be a tendency to think, I've got it. But like with many things that we want to learn in life, we have to practice. We can't afford to just think, I got it. That's done. Now I don't have to, try that out again. I will just live off the emotional kind of fuel of feeling in the personality level that, I've done it, I've got it, that's great, tick. Instead, we need to examine and reflect, take some time, whether you have like a journal or you take time after your practice or you sit down with your teacher and you talk, and look at how it is that you got that gem, how you got that piece of the puzzle. What were the mechanics that played out within your practice, within your mind and body, that allowed you to experience that next level? And you want to reflect on that so that you can recreate that next time you practice. And the next time you practice, you want to be coming back as close as you can to those circumstances, those internal substances and mechanisms and how that all came about, so that you can get back to that level and keep progressing. I think the key word here is about progressing and using your reflective abilities in order to progress, so that when you come back to your practice, you don't go back to square one. Just say in your last session you kind of went from square one, 2, 3 to 3. Just say when you practice next, you want to get back to that level as much as you can. There can be a tendency for those to go back to the beginning. And if you keep doing that and you're not aware of it, you can not really find that you're progressing and that you are always at the level of being a beginner. And that can be very disheartening in the long run, years to come, or weeks or months, depending on your personality and your expectations of your practice, if you're really not progressing. And so I encourage all practitioners, including myself, to always have that ear and eye to your practice, your senses open to what your goal is, what are you actually creating here, what are you part of, how are you progressing, what are you doing, so that when you go back the next day to your practice or later in the day to your practice, you can more easily recreate those circumstances that got you to that next level, so you don't waste your time. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.